Well, hello there YouTube, it is I, Patchy, and today I thought we'd do something a little bit different and play some Dawn of War 2 Retribution. So, if you have no idea what this game is, it's a game by Warhammer 40,000, so it's in that universe. You have 9 races fighting for the galaxy. It's freaking awesome. Playing the newest game. It didn't just come out, it's pretty old. I'm going to say 2 years old. I don't know the date specifically when it came out, but it's pretty old still. And today we're going to play some Last Stand, which is a game mode in Dawn of War 2 that they released for Dawn of War 2, which is amazing. So let's get into it and we'll explain more. So you have this screen that pops up when you first go into Last Stand, and you're going, what the hell is this? You'll understand the more we get into it. So you kind of got to select your hero, who you're going to fight as, like who is going to be your character. So first you got the Farseer, who is the Eldar kind of spellcaster. You have the Mech Boy, which is the Orc gunnery heavy weapons guy, as I'd put it. The Space Marine Captain, which is your Space Marine Captain. That's like, look at him, said and done. Hive Tyrant for the Tyranids. He just looks crazy, and every time I see him I just get scared. Like, look at this, he's a beast. You have the Chaos Sorcerer for the Chaos, which doesn't look too powerful, but he has these magic abilities which just tear up the battlefield. Really good commander. You have the Lord General for the Imperial Guard, which doesn't look that tough. You see him and you're like, wow, you have barely any armor and a really weak sword, and wow, you don't look that impressive. But he's more, he spawns stuff to help you fight with him. Like, I just played a game. The game you're going to watch, you'll see that there's a squad and a turret that helps us out. That's because the guy that was playing as the Lord General had those abilities, and they're really good abilities. So I might play as him for a bit later. And you have the Shy Oak Commander for the Tau. This was an expansion. They didn't want to put it, but then they were like, we need an expansion, and we want to put Last Stand. So they added this character, this commander, whatever you want to put it. It was a great idea for a commander for this game. He really kicks ass and mispronounces names. So for this game we're going to go as the Space Marine Captain, because he's my favorite character, and I love the Space Marines. They're my favorite race of all the Warhammer races, and he looks like a badass. So let's get into it. So you jump in the game, and it's you and 2 other friends. Not 4 like in Nazi Zombies, it's just 3. And as you can see in the top left corner, it says Wave 1. So, surprise! The Last Stand is a wave-based game, if you haven't already guessed it. And it's an amazing wave-based game, and it's the most addicting wave-based game I have ever played in my entire life. I find that this is one of the better kind of horde survival modes I've ever played, compared to Nazi Zombies or horde mode on Halo, or isn't that Fire? I don't know what it's called. Firefight? I think it's Firefight, yeah. Excuse me. I think it's better than those games, and here's reasons why. One of the big things they did, which is genius, that a lot of games should copy, is that you get to pick your character. Now, when I mean pick your character, I don't mean, oh, you get to pick this Spartan who has this armor lock ability, and that's the only thing that's different. No, when you pick your character in this game, you pick a character. Like I showed you in the beginning of the video, those commanders, you can clearly tell they were all different and they were all original, and they had some similarities like armors here and there, but they were all pretty different. Well, in game, guess what? They're all really different. I find that every commander in this game feels different. Like the Space Marine, as you can see, I'm jumping around with my jetpack and just melee units and slicing their heads off, and it's a lot of fun. And as you can tell, my allies, the Imperial Guard, if you can see the turret and the kind of our squad, there's a squad that's on our side. That's the Imperial Guard, the Imperial Guardsman's ability. He's a sergeant, or I forget his name. But that's his ability. He kind of spawns units for him. The Eldar Farseer is like the spellcaster, like I said. So they all have the different feel for commanders, which is brilliant. It feels fresh. So like I can get one commander to level 20 and get bored of him and be like, oh man, I really want to use a different commander. And I'll use a different commander and I'll be like, wow, this is a whole new game because it's so different. And you can customize every commander so differently. It's so perfect. A great thing that they also implemented in this game is that there's an end to it. There's a wave that you get to, and after that wave, it goes, congratulations, you win. You might think, oh, well, then it's like I beat it every time. Good luck beating this, because in this game, you'll see, we don't even get past round 15, or I don't even know what round we don't get past. It gets extremely hard. But it starts off easy, And then it's all 4 races. You fight. I think it's you fight Orc, Eldar, fucking Tyranids, Imperial Guard, and then it continues that cycle 2 or 3 times, and every time those races get stronger and stronger. And at round, I think 16 or 17, what they did, which was really cool, is that you have to fight yourself. You kind of, the computer clones the commanders that you're using. Excuse me. And the computer clones the commanders that you're using and spawns them and kind of uses the same strategy that you're using. Like, they learn from your gameplay, which is weird, and you might think, that's impossible. Trust me, when you play this game, get to round 16 or 17, you'll be like, holy crap, that's us. And then you'll be like, holy crap, they're using the same strategy as us. What is this? How do we fight them? It does get tough, okay? But it's cool how they added an end, so that you don't hop on and it's like, oh, okay, what round will we be getting to this time? Oh, round 36. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, round 42. Okay, that was fun. No, in this it's like, okay, sweet, let's see if we can actually beat it this time, because there is only 20 rounds, or 20 waves, whatever you want to put it. And you feel good after you beat it, and I have yet not beaten this full last stand 20 round set yet. I have not beaten it, and I can't wait till I do beat it. That's why I want to keep playing, because I do want to beat it someday, and it feels so good when you do, because you just realize, hey, I just killed 20 waves of non-stop enemies, and it felt amazing. In the last wave, I'm pretty sure the last wave, wave 20s, you fight a teaser race for the next game, which is Chaos, that they implement in the next game of Dawn of War Chaos Rising. And they're really tough, and it's this big commander, and it's you versus this one guy, and it's not a battle, and there's men spawning, and you're fighting, and it's like, oh my god, it's wave 20, and it's epic, epic, epic. And then when you beat it, you go, oh my god, that was awesome. And you beat it, and you get a lot of EXP, and it's like, congratulations, you won. And you go, oh, that was awesome. Let's play again as a different commander, because they're all so different that I never get bored. Bam! What makes The Last Stand so unique, I find, is that it's based off a strategy game. So you have an overhead view of the map. So you have to fight hordes of enemies with an overhead view of the map, which hasn't really been done. I've never really seen a second game that had a horde mode when you're looking on top of your character, but I find they do a really good job with this game, with abilities like jetpack to jump around, and slashing strike, where you hit the ground wherever you point, and it launches a beam that pushes everyone in its way. Like, abilities like that, which aren't much like increases your health, you reload faster, more abilities like affect the battleground and hit more enemies and slaughter them more, which makes it really fun. And with overhead view, you can kind of look like, oh shit, this guy needs help, and you kind of jetpack to over your friend, and you help him out, and you have fun. Bam! Just killed some Elder with that jetpack. See how awesome that was? And with overhead view, you can see how much enemies you're fighting at a time, and you will see in this video, a lot of enemies spawn. Like, a lot. Like, this game doesn't know, like, see the amount of Eldars that just spawned there? Yeah. You're like, oh shit, and BAM! That slashing strike. Look at what it does. It just killed all of them. And it feels so good when you get like 20 enemies in one strike, and you're just like, woo, that felt good. Because you can see the amount of enemies you have to fight, because it's overhead view. I find it's perfect for this kind of horde mode. They did a brilliant job with that. What makes this game very special is that you're not only thinking about slaughtering enemy after enemy after enemy, that you would think that when you play firefight or zombies, you know, my main focus, kill zombies. That's your main focus. And don't get me wrong, in this game, your main focus is to kill enemies, but they also put strategy points that you can capture, so that's not your main focus. You see the 2 points on the map right now that are blue, and we kind of own them. Those are multiplayer multipliers, and they multiply your scores, so you get more score per kill, and it multiplies your EXP, so you get more EXP per kill. So you always want to keep those, but the enemy is constantly trying to grab them from you, so you kind of got to focus. Man, who do I want to kill? Who do I want to attack? Oh shit, my strategy point's being captured. I need to take it back. Okay, now that they're done, I gotta go fight back that horde I was fighting. It's a lot of strategy involved. And with the war gear system, oh man, there's so much strategy. So with the war gear systems, that you get to pick what equipment you have on your hero. So My hero for this game has a jetpack, a battle axe, and a shield with really heavy armor, with a lot of like armor rating. So he's more like, I'll jump into the middle of battle, everyone will get pushed to the side, and I'll just start slicing, taking damage, and slicing like a badass motherfucker that I am. Or I can take a different route. They give you the choice of putting a bolter on your Space Marine. I could put a bolter gun, it's pretty much an assault rifle, a bolter on my Space Marine, give him lighter armor, and maybe give him the grenade ability, so he's kind of a more running around, kind of running and gunning, grenading kind of Space Marine. You can differ from whatever playstyle you want, and not every commander is based on one playstyle, especially with the war gear system. Like the Orc, like I showed you in the beginning of the video, the mech boy for the Orc, you can see he had that big gun in his hands. That doesn't mean you have to use him for that big light machine gun. That doesn't mean that at all. I've seen one game I got into, this guy used the Orc in a way I've never seen him use before. Shut up, Mimi. That's my dog, sorry. He used the Orc in a way, he took off the machine gun, gave him a power axe, which for the Orc is not really special, and a plasma gun. And instead of just using the light machine gun to mow enemies down, he would actually run around the map, use this meteorite ability, which kind of threw meteorites down and slash an enemy, use that ability on the biggest horde of enemies, and just book it out of the area because he was so fast. I've never seen the Orc use like that, and it was genius. We got really far. It wasn't on this map, it was on the expansion map. I'll probably do a video with that expansion map later. It is a lot harder than this map, but it's a lot more fun, more enemy spawn, and I've never seen him use like that. And the Eldar, one of the commanders we have in this game, she's a spellcaster, where you think like spellcasters, they have to be used to spellcast. That's not true at all. I've seen the Eldar, Farseer Eldar, used in so many ways. I've used it for offensive, where it was just like pushing enemies back, lightning explosion here, lightning explosion there, badassery. And then I've used it where it was like defensive, offensive, where it was like me and my teammate would get these orbs that we would take 50% less damage, while she would put a barrier up that would make her absorb damage that would heal her. And it was just so different because you could differ up the playstyle you want, which makes things so perfect. As you can see, the turret in the video and the squad, that's the Imperial Guard's ability, one of the war gears he has. He gets to spawn a turret and squad to help him fight. So yeah, he may not be the strongest soldier on the battlefield, but hey, I got a freaking turret that will mow you down, and I have a squad that's gonna mow you down. So I don't need to be the strongest. I got men on my side. So it just makes this game so perfect. So now that you got a little taste of what The Last Stand is like, and all the strategy and all the concept that's involved, it may seem really complicated, sorry. But once you get into it and once you know that you know what you're doing, it is so much fun. It took me a couple, maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of got my bases, and then I jumped and I'm just like, this is awesome, and I got hooked on it in seconds. I watched a trailer for this and I got hooked on it, and I had no idea what it was about. That's how hooked on it. That's how much I got hooked on this game. So this is the final round, wave 12. We only make it up to wave 12, which kind of seems pathetic. But if you look at the battlefield right now, I think anyone would be like, oh shit, that's a lot of units. Because that's a lot of units. And one by one we fall and we crash and burn. Whatever, shit happens. One day I will beat it and I will record it and you guys will watch it and it will be awesome. But thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it or enjoyed it, whatever. Can you please leave a like, actually, and subscribe if you can. Comment, subscribe, like, whatever, all that shit. I just repeated myself. Helps a lot. Have a good day, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.